our NBA draft lottery to determine the draft positions for the upcoming season. For those who are part of the NFL keeper league we've got, you'll know how this works. You saw it before. For those who aren't, the way it'll work is the 4 teams who made the playoffs, their draft picks already determined. So you'll see on the right-hand side there, you'll see how the standings finished after the playoffs. So Paul beat Pete in the final, and then I beat Magda in the third place final. So the way it'll work is because Paul won, he will take the 10th pick. He'll be the last one to pick in the round. Peter will have the 9th pick. I will have the 8th pick. Magda will have the 7th pick. So those 4 are determined purely based on how we finished. The 6 who missed the playoffs, they now go into our little lottery here. So on the left, again, for those who did the football, you would have seen this. But this is just a random free thing I found online. Don't want a $2 donation. I haven't done that. But this basically now puts the 6 people that that didn't make the playoffs, that'll put them in the lottery now to determine who goes the first pick to the 6th pick. So we'll do that first, and I'll explain how the rest of the draft will work after that. So I've just entered the team name there, so you'll see the league name there, so you'll see that there. The number of teams, it's got 6 because we're only worrying about the 6 that didn't make the playoffs. Now, the way it'll work is it'll be not like you've got the options down the bottom. You've got a straight draft or a weighted or a custom, so it's going to be weighted. So the way it'll work is that the team that finished last, which is going to be the Slam Drunks, they will get the most number of chances because they finished last. Now, you will also notice, and I have emailed about this, but it's got there that Stuart is the manager. Now, he's not anymore. He's pulled out. So Sam Darling is now our new Slam Drunks manager, so welcome to him. He lives in the complex where I live, so he's a good guy. He loves his basketball. Wears Denver stuff. I don't know how that's going to work, but what are you going to do? So no, he's all over it. So he'll be a good guy to have in the league. So feel free to make him welcome, and do whatever you want. It's fine. So we'll get through this quickly. So water under the Aldridge, I can spell that right. So they will have 5 picks. Then we have terms of enrampagement. Thomas has all these long names. What are you doing to me, man? You kill me. So he will get 4, like a G6 getting Lillard. Hopefully he has another good season. So Jack gets 3 balls in our lottery. We have Simon and his Delirious. If I spelled that wrong, I think I've got me too many allies. Delirious. There we go. It's all good, mate. Make sure I spell your team name. So you get 2, and then Craig, Team Mountain Men, they get their 1. So that's our number of balls, so to speak, that we get in our draft. So we go through now. So this will determine the picks from 6 to 1. So I'll do it the way I did with the football. So we'll find out who will go from 6 to 1. So the last pick, we'll say pick 1, and be a nice little surprise. So we've got Paul at 10, Pete at 9, myself at 8, Magda has 7. So with the 6th pick, we have, going in order, first of all, we have Craig. He will have the 6th pick with pick 5. It goes to Jack with the Lillards. All right, pick 4. We get Simon with his Delirious team. They get pick 4. Pick 3 is Thomas. So it's pretty much gone in order now. So now we have our Water Under the Aldridge and our Slam Drunks. So with the 2nd pick, it is the Slam Drunks. So the number 1 pick goes to our Water Under the Aldridge team. So there we go. That's our draft order. So that will be the order. So what I'll do is, again, for those who played football, you know how this works. But the way to work is you're keeping 7 players a team. Now, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Again, some people with football, they only kept they didn't keep as many as they had to, which is fine. So the way it'll work is if you can keep up to 7. So if you keep 7 for the first 7 rounds, you won't pick. You'll just forfeit your picks, and then when you'll forfeit, you keep your players for those picks. Then in round 8, you will then make your first pick. so on, so on, so on. If you keep 6 players, you won't pick for the first 6 rounds. Then in round 7, you will have your first pick. And then round 8, so on, so on, so on. If you only keep 5, and you know how that works. Now, for the first, 8 rounds, for the first 7 where keepers can or can't be kept, and then the 8th where it's the first round after all the keepers are kept and allocated, the order we've just determined, that will apply for the first 8 rounds. From round 8, you'll have this order we've just worked out, and in round 9, it'll snake, and so on until the draft ends. But that's your order. So remember where you picked. I haven't set a draft date yet. It'll be, like again with the football one, it'll be most likely the first weekend before the season starts. It'll be, again, probably on a Sunday night again. Seems to be the easiest time on a weekend at night. We'll have a pick. Yeah, I know all their pre-draft rankings, and you can free draft and everything already, so you can go ahead and do all that stuff. But, yeah, well, there we go. So this has been 6 minutes and 20 seconds now. It's been too long, but I'll let you go. So everyone enjoy yourselves, and, yeah, feel free to pick on me if you've got any other questions or anything else you want to know, or anything else that I can do to make it a bit more fun. All right, guys, thanks for your time. I'll talk to you later. See ya.